Hi guys, welcome to the January pickups video. You're probably watching this in March or April. But hey,
Of next year.
20
Going by the way someone edits and takes their time and
And
is too busy in their own little world, playing games in their own little world.
playing games. Well, we'd want to play games. I thought we'd just buy them now. Buy them and show them to everyone and go, look what we've got. We don't actually play them, do we?
You only play the new ones, the new shiny ones. All the old ones they just get put away and then
Dinog,
left.
Diaries.
It's because they don't have achievements, so you just want to point and blame
And
them.
you're not connected to the network, but never mind. Anyway.
And what's the point of being connected to the network? Because he never talks anyway.
Offline. But anyway, so we'll start off with my PSP pickups of the month. January has been a ridiculous month. I have picked up so much stuff, so stupidly cheap that it's been an awesome month. So I'll start off with some PSP stuff. That's Space Invaders Evolution. Pretty much similar. In fact, it's the same game as when it came to Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it is.
But yeah, I love that Xbox.
Which is awesome. It's a lot of fun. That's the one
It's
with all
one
the
of-
variations, isn't
Yeah,
it?
one of the few updates. I mean, still plays like original Space Invaders. It's one of the few updates that actually impress on the.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't overdo it.
Yeah.
So yeah, really like that. And a bit of the old grabby load with stickers Capcom Classic Collection. Absolutely loads of Capcom games with the originals. You got the original Final Fight and the original Street Fighter, Strider. Games that you generally put on for 10-15 minutes and go, ish. And
Yeah.
then
Oh,
maybe
the
not
Strider's
play more.
awesome. Strider's amazing. The only problem I really have with all these classic collections on the PSP is the screen, because it's 16:9
Oh yeah.
and they're all
widescreen.
4:3.
Yeah.
It can be hard to see the small sprites when you're actually playing, but it's still really good. But you're better off getting all those compilation packs on PS2 if you can, or some other system, whatever system you can get. Yeah.
Also picked up Outrun. Wanting to get this for quite a while on the old PSP.
Has connectivity to the PS2 version as well.
Yeah. Love the updates to all the Outruns. Outrun's probably my favourite driving game of all time. Just so ever so slightly ahead of Sega Rally, which I can no longer play on the Xbox 360 for some reason. But yeah, love that. And I had a nice little charity shop find over in a certain area. I'm not going to give too much away. Picked up Star Wars Lethal Alliance. Your typical cool third-person action Star Wars.
Well,
game.
it's basically based. It's part of the Jedi Academy trilogy thing, almost, way we call it. Almost. It's got Kyle Katarn in it. He's not the main character, but he appears in there. Kyle Katarn is in there.
Yeah.
And whatnot, and it's pretty cool. I mean, you don't use a lightsaber. You're like an assassin and stuff, but it's actually a really good game. I actually think that's pretty decently influenced.
Yeah, and also, I don't really need to talk about this one because you go on about how we've never played it online. So with Monster Hunters Unite, you know, £2. And the charity shop I got this like, and had so much stuff. There's so many more games, but a lot of them was just bloody no instructions. Couldn't have that. Didn't even know this was out on the PSP, but the Family Guy game. So sort of enjoyed the newer game on the 360, so give that one a go. And then this, just because Xavier was having to clear out BlazBlue Continuum Shift 2, favourite beat 'em up of all time. Still really pissed that Chrono Phantasma's not coming to the 360 or the Xbox One, but hey, I have to play it on the PS3 or the newly announced PS Vita today. Favourite, I mean, when I sink some hours into BlazBlue, I vanish off the face of the earth. I love this game. I went ahead and bought is it American or Japanese 360, and I put it on. You know, I was gone for weeks. The story modes in these are massive. It's got 30 hours. That's just each one. And with number 2, it's got the story mode from the first game and the second game. Because remember, this one's number 2, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Continuum Shift 2. This is all bells and whistles. This one has the DLC characters in as well.
Yeah, a few more characters.
It has
few more
story modes for
stages.
DLC characters.
Yeah.
It has story mode for DLC characters that you don't get in Continuum Shift, the normal version in thingy. Because Continuum Shift Extend, isn't there? Which is what we've got.
That's the last one. Which
is the last one.
Yeah.
Which is like slightly more than that, but that's still really good. Well, one more character.
Yeah.
Radius. That's it.
Radius Cooler.
Yeah.
Right, picked up some 360 stuff. Shop 2 is having a nice price clear out on the Castlevania collection. Not only the first Castlevania game, but also includes the Mirrors of Fate Xbox Live Arcade game. Gave this game a try probably about a year or two ago. Got up to the first boss, couldn't be asked of it, stopped playing it.
I actually think it's one of those games that's really enjoyably average.
Yeah.
It's really good, but it's not that Castlevania-y. It really isn't.
Includes all the Castlevania.
I
DLC
think
as well.
Pandora's Tower on the Wii is actually more of a Castlevania
Yeah.
game than that is.
So you don't talk about the Judgment game on the Wii because that's not.
No, that's an appalling beat 'em up. But no, I would probably say Pandora's Tower is more in the Castlevania vein.
Yeah.
But that is pretty good.
Oh, I've just noticed Lord of Shadows 2
Demo.
demo.
Yeah, it's got a demo on there. Little Shadows too.
Yeah, it's due to come out soon, isn't it? And I highly recommend that I've played for it, The Witcher 2. And daughter was flogging it because she was done, she didn't play it anymore, so I bought it off her.
Quite a tough game. Quite a tough game, but not that tough. Once you kind of get your head around it, play it on easy mode for the first time.
My juvenile me will play me through this game, won't it?
Easily.
Yes.
Easily.
The juvenile, lots of nakedness, booby.
It is really. It has a lot of that adult, but at the same point, it's very mature in adult. It's very sensible and mature, and also stupidly naked and boobies and swearing. But it is mature. It's actually really good. It's got a really clever balance to it. It's very open world. There's lots of choice, very sort of Mass Effect-y in that sort of sense. If there was a series, if they had like 3 games on the 360, I would have it probably higher than Mass Effect on my scale because there's only the one.
Yeah.
You know, it's as good as one of the Mass Effect games, but it's not as good as the whole 3 as a trilogy. if
You're
you know
looking
what I mean.
forward to Witcher 3 then?
Oh yeah, that looks amazing.
Yeah.
That looks absolutely amazing. So.
And this was a sort of cheapy price for this. It was actually priced up wrong because when they went to scan it at the till, it was 22 quid. Because it's advertised at 8 quid, normally they said they wouldn't sell it, but they still did sell it to me for 8 quid. Even says, you know, the actual name of the game for 8 quid. But I've got the first one. I spent a couple of minutes playing it. I found it ridiculously hard. It seems to be quite fun. I'm quite a good fan of the Fist of Nostalgia mythology, what I can remember of it.
The thing is though, there's so much actually missing. If you've only seen like the movie and the TV series, there's still a lot missing because
we won't talk about the Gary Daniels movie.
No, we won't talk about that. But the later stuff and that, you know, there's a lot of like the later manga stuff, and I think they did actually make an anime of it as well later as well.
Yeah, there was a ridiculous one, like a 5-hour-long anime, which wasn't a series, which was just like one.
Yeah.
But so we'll probably get around to playing that one day. You never know. A game I've yet to finish yet, being me, you would have thought, I would have done by now. This isn't my original copy. I think this is my second backup copy. But I picked this up.
That's a sore point with me, that one.
In a shop local to me, for the massive price of £2. And so first of all, I look at it, check the disc, like new, check the both there, check the manual. £2, I think I'll have this. Yeah. Played for it at an operation a few years back, so I sat at home, played for it. Got up to the female master, and my boredom was killing me. I stopped playing it and never went back to it, and I should do, because I love the Shenmue series. I loved the first one, the capsule collection and everything, and I was really getting into this one. First time I played it is when Champnut got it on the English Dreamcast, and it was not dubbed back then, it was subtitled only for the power release.
Which I think kind of works a little bit better because...
It never come out in America, did it?
No, it didn't, no. Because Xbox, Microsoft signed the contract, didn't they? They got the exclusive rights. You basically have that thing of Ryo comes from Japan, he goes to Hong Kong, and he's in Hong Kong. So it actually makes more sense that everyone's speaking a foreign language and you're reading subtitles. That makes more sense. It makes you feel slightly more like you're kind of travelling. Plus the dub is pretty nasty in fairness.
Yeah.
I see.
So what is the worst dub game you've ever played then?
Resident Evil. Well, I don't know. Resident Evil 1 is the classic for being a funny bad dub.
Yeah.
Because it's so bad.
What is this?
You almost become a Jill sandwich. You know, it's just...
Who's this lockpick for you, Jill? The master of unlocking.
There's a lot of worse games.
We
House of the Dead, I think, is pretty bad.
Yeah, that's meant to
That's
be.
supposed to be. That's grindhouse cheesy awesome.
99p PSP leather case. Can't show you footage. Moving footage, maybe. Another really awesome, and I couldn't believe the
That's
price I
insane.
paid for this.
That's insane.
Friend picked it up. I didn't have a PS3, so I put it back, and I picked it up. £1.99 for the
Fight stick.
Yes,
the
it's the
fight
Halloween
stick.
version, the fight stick number 3 on the
You
PlayStation.
go past the bar and he goes, whoa!
Like the old tango man.
Slap!
But yeah, we actually got around to trying it out the other night and we got stuck in playing Street Fighter, didn't we?
Yeah,
HD
really,
version.
really good.
Awesome.
I mean, the hobby sticks, I just say about that for a second. The hobby sticks generally get underrated. I mean, for the money you sort of pay for them, they're fantastic. They are really good.
Yeah. And this was, I picked this up for absolutely nothing. I don't actually know what it is, but someone's definitely opened it up and played with it. It's an action replay for the Mega Drive with a Switch. Don't know what the
It's a
Switch
universal
is.
adapter. It's not action replay. It's a universal adapter.
Yeah, why is Switch in it? Why is someone opened it up? But yeah, it was free and I picked it up. Right. Yeah. And everyone knows I'm going to eventually try my best to complete my Saturn collection. Now, not paid cheap, none of these unfortunately, but I need to get it complete. First one, my Sega Saturn is Dragon Force. Never
Working
played
designs, isn't it?
it. Working Designs. Yep. Never played it myself. Put it in the machine for 10-15 minutes. If I remember correctly, we sat and watched Bob and Duncan playing it for many hours.
I did actually
Quite
try.
hard.
I did try. I gave it about an hour.
Yeah.
And not my cup of tea. A bit overly complicated and a bit overly slow. Although I do generally sometimes like that sort of stuff, it just didn't gel for me. But if you give it a bit more time, I mean, I'll be tempted perhaps by the remake on the PS2. They
Yeah.
did. I'll be perhaps tempted by that, but
PS2 collections or whatever it was.
yeah, it was Sega Ages. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sega Ages.
The next game wasn't too bad actually when I played this. Another one that I need to get, Highway 2000. I actually now have 2 copies of this because I bought another one I didn't know about for quite a bit cheaper. Yeah, I'd say a very drifty game. It's a driving game with women in bikinis, so there's a reason to play it. Yeah.
Very grainy women in bikinis.
Yeah, everything about the game is grainy. Adds to the collection. The next one is a bloody hell hard to find game. Mortal Kombat Trilogy on the actual Sega Saturn. You know, it did actually come out. Fantastic version, unlike Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, which has fucking glitches non-stop, which prevents you from playing it properly. But everyone from the 2D rosters here, no one was really missed out. Yeah, it's the original 2D Mortal Kombat, but with everyone. Also went out and picked up some. Oh no, oh god. Yeah, found this another Sega pickup. Quite cheap. Guy selling it on one of the Facebook sales sites. I think it's £50 I paid for this, and I saw how much it goes for online, and I had to snap it up. Shining Force on the Mega CD, not the Sega CD, the Mega CD. From what I know, it's a typical Shining Force game. From what I hear later on in the game, the memories required so much that they actually released an additional cartridge that you put in your game cartridge slot to save it. So I don't know if it's worth actually starting to play the game if you don't have that memory cartridge. Which this is your Zelda style RPG, is it?
No, Zelda style?
Zelda.
No, it's not.
It's turn-based.
Turn-based.
Yeah.
It's typical Shining Force.
I knew.
It's basically, I do believe it's Shining Force 1 with knobs on. I think that's what it basically is.
And CD music.
Yes, CD music and nice cutscenes. I believe when they sort of fight and come together, you get like a little cutscene and you know stuff like that.
I said, I think the manual was they got a little a little fold in the manual, and the disc really nice.
Exhaust plots.
Start off with Final Fantasy X. I've never played any of the Final Fantasy games. I've spent 5 minutes mucking about with them, but no, I know nothing about them. I know that this is an RPG. I know it's getting a HD remake on the PS3.
No, you've basically had to sit down and watch too many people play them, and it really put you off. But that's the weird thing. The RPGs that you have played have all been like Shining Force games, or really long-winded, complicated strategy games, rather than those which are quite lightweight and fairly short in comparison.
I think I remember watching John Shett play through that one.
Yeah.
Most of it. A lot of games I picked up just because they were ridiculously cheap price.
I want that, by the
I know
way.
nothing about.
I want that, by the way.
And he's got the manual.
I know.
So it's up for trades. I picked up Seven Samurai. Knew nothing about it. See it. Yeah, every price on these CEX games literally comes to 25p each. They were all wrong. So, couldn't argue when I got them. Yeah, this looks like is it Dynasty Warriors? No, it's not Dynasty Warriors.
it's more like a sort of Devil May Cry style thing, really. A bit like that Odyssey Journey to the West. It's a little bit like that, only sort of older. It's very similar, but it has like a futuristic sort of style setting for an old story. It's Seven Samurai, basically.
I used my Amazon app to scan the barcode. Obviously, it didn't work. That's probably why I didn't. Even for the name, but nothing. But yeah, that looks like a good fun one to play. Another just stupidly cheap, 25p, Savage Skies.
That's actually, I got into that. That's like, it's like you're flying around. Yeah, you're flying around with Dragon. You're flying around with Dragon. It's not on rails. You've got freedom. It's very much like Jedi Starfighter.
Yeah.
Only with dragons. And it's kind of, the graphics aren't very good or anything else, but I really got into that.
Yeah.
I was recording footage and I was there for about half an hour. You know, it's like every now and again I kind of like, you sort of, it's never going to end. But yeah,
generally he's moaning about the footage recording, but when he's happy playing it, it goes on for hours. Another ridiculous GP. It's a tank game where you seek and destroy bad guys, made by Takara bought the UK by Play It.
Yeah, but basically, yeah, it's a weird Japanese super deformed tank game. You know Choro Q, the Penny Racers?
Yeah.
It's basically a Penny Racers tank game, is what it kind of feels like. Because you've got little cute, short tanks. I mean, they put this very Western kind of cover on it, sort of saying...
Proud Americans!
Yeah, but when you actually play the game, it's little cute tanks. It's little baby tanks, you know, and yeah. But it seems interesting. The controls are a bit awkward.
The next one, I know nothing about.
Doesn't work.
Your footage doesn't work. So, Ian, time to do the disc for me. Yeah, it's like a third person.
Well, just out of entertainment value, check the disc out, mate.
Wow.
I have never honestly seen one that bad before.
I don't know if you could see anything on the camera.
No. That's a shame.
Well, but yes, Galarian's Ash. We will know more in the future. If I get this fixed out, you'll see it playing. If I get this fixed out.
This is fixed out. Fixed out.
Fixed out.
Yes.
And yeah, I sort of get the psyop sort of feeling from the game, sort of powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very Japanese and weird. It looks good. It looks reasonable.
Yes. And was there something wrong with this?
No, it's fine. Yeah. No, the game is fine. It's just one of those ones. It's my recording box. It's my actual HD capture. It's my HD capture that wouldn't work.
Love the shooters. This was really cheap. This is actually me being a complete knob on eBay, a complete numbskull. I thought it was fucking Geiger Wing Collection ridiculously cheap. After I bought it, I realised that I bought the wrong one. So, but it's still Gunbird, all good.
Which is really good. Which is basically Mobile Light Force 1 on the PlayStation, but this is the best version. If you want a good version of that game, you get the PlayStation 2 version, which is Gunbird.
Yeah. This is like a Richard game, really, isn't it? New and sealed, so I haven't opened it. It's Donkey's Adventure.
No, Donkey Quixote.
Donkey Quixote.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a play on Don Quixote.
Yeah.
It's play on words.
I know nothing about it. Released by Virgin Interactive. Obviously, it's sealed, so there's going to be no footage. But massive track and field fan, so I generally tend to buy any sort of track and field games going just for the humour value. So I picked up the one on the PS2. It says 50p.
It actually plays quite well, but the biggest problem with it is the choice of sports.
Yeah.
You've got stuff like gymnastics and stuff,
which
doesn't really work. You want
pole vault.
Yeah, pole vault's cool. All those ones are cool, but you've got other things. Like I say, it's stuff like that. It's stuff like that, and you've got skeet shooting, and there's a few other things as well that kind of probably don't fit the track and field. They're not really track and field events. So
yeah, it's a nice pick up. This is one of, as we found out that we didn't know, of the Wacky Racers games. Yeah, so it's Wacky Racers for anyone that knows old Dastardly and Muttley, the old days, and Penelope stuff.
And that's the other one.
Yeah, I know, we have 2 different games.
That's the first one. That was like 2001, I think it was.
Yeah. Yep, 2001 by Infogrames.
I actually think that one's better. Think that one's better.
Sort of like it looks like a cell shaded
Mario Kart, basically. Mario Kart. It's really good. It's actually pretty decent. It's not fantastic, but it's pretty good.
Nice pick up. I don't know how much this was. I had to change the case, obviously. So Global Defence Force, one I was missing from the collection. What can we say about Global Defence Force? If you want to fight off them big insect games, these are fantastic. I loved every one I've played, even the ones on the old 360. I'm looking forward to the new one that's due out. Yeah, you just fight off big aliens, big spiders.
With big guns.
With big guns, yeah, and bigger guns. And it's my PS2. I picked up a few Wii pickups. I think we done the footage last week with you, didn't you?
Yeah, last time. Yeah. I've done more footage though, because it gave me an excuse to play it. Just sit there and just go deep, deep.
6 complete games, you know. It says online leaderboards, but I very much doubt they work anymore.
No, I doubt that.
Yeah, compilation. So, yeah.
It's for what it actually is. I said it last time. You know, you can't go wrong with that. You're paying as much for the one as you would for one game for all of them. You know, so.
And another recommended pickup.
Very underrated game.
Didn't I? Oh, that's right. I picked this up in Game Over, didn't I? But what was the first person shooter I played? Was it Red Steel 1? Was it the first one? No.
Yes, it probably was. It was absolutely appalling.
It was the worst.
The first Red Steel is appalling, and because of that, people look at Red Steel 2 and go, "Ugh!" But Red Steel 2 is awesome. It's really good.
Plus sold separately. So it's first person. It's a swordy game.
It's sword and a shotgun. You got a sword and a shotgun.
So that's going to be cool fun.
So it is actually quite good. You just wander around this sort of oldie west mixed with like.
It should be a lightsaber, really, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it really should be. It's kind of, you wander around this oldie west style place, but it's all Eastern as well, like Oriental and Japanesey and strange, and it's just really stylistic. It's almost like a grindhouse Japanese western. It's really kind of weird. It hasn't got the lines or anything like that, but it's almost that sort of style.
Yeah, the setting and everything.
Yeah, it's kind of odd, really strange, but cool.
When I finally get around to retiring and playing all my games, it'll be good. What can be said about the next one? This was another ridiculously cheap pickup, £5. It includes the golden pad. Offer from Game. Same day I picked up the PSP case and the stick. It was a £5.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous buy. That's a ridiculous buy. Gold pad and completely boxed. Completely boxed.
So, yeah.
The actual game itself isn't bad.
Gold. No, I don't know. Is it similar to the 360 one?
Exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
I think it came out on the Wii first.
In that case, it's the fucking Call of Duty with James Bond stuff in it, which isn't great.
But with the motion capture,
with
the motion controls, motion controls.
Yeah, so
it's reasonable. I actually quite enjoyed playing that. I was like, a lot of people, won't get on with the motion controls. A lot of people do, but
gold pad.
It's something different for me. I get bored with normal first-person shooters, but you'll know that.
I live from first-person shooters. But anyway, this completes my haul for January. I'm really chuffed with what I've got this month.